So my parents read to me as a child when I was in bed, and they read The Wizard of Oz and Winnie the Pooh, and one of the books that I really liked was Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. And of course, when you're done with with Tom Sawyer, then you just move on to Huckleberry Finn. Well, it ends up being that Huckleberry Finn is a lot different story than Tom Sawyer. And so my mother read a sanitized version, and it involves Tom heading south on the Mississippi River on a raft. And at one point in the story, he is accompanied by Jim, who is a runaway slave. Jim ran away from his master, and he's heading south on the Mississippi trying to find his family who have been sold downriver. And my parents took advantage of the opportunity to ask me how I felt about Jim leaving his owner. And I was about 6 years old at the time, and I had a sheltered perspective, and I told them that Jim needed to go back to his master. And my mother cried. And it was really the first time that I had broke her heart. And my father jumped in and indicated that politicians write the laws. And the politicians really are not always up to speed about what is appropriate and what's needed out of life. And he said that slavery was unjust, and just because it was sanctioned by law didn't mean it was okay. And it really had a big impact on me, both my mother's reaction and my father's explanation. The other one that really had an impact on me was Milgram. When I saw Milgram, I was about 13. And if you're unfamiliar with Milgram, that's one you need to check out, because it explains how neighbors can be vicious and cruel to their fellow neighbors. And when I saw that, and I saw the statistics of what Milgram had proved, I promised myself at that point that I was not going to be part of the majority, that I was going to work hard so that I never found myself in a position to where I was with the 60-some-odd% of people being experimented on that would actually be giving lethal dose to the victim. And you want to fit into society, but obedience is a slippery slope. And you have to be on guard all the time. And for me, it's really been a battle, because it seems like it's a good idea, but if you're compromised, then you're just doing what other people want, and instead of doing what is right. And so both those instances, breaking my mother's heart and Milgram, had a big impact on me.